Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you all are having an awesome day. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit today. This is not a typical video for me, but I think it is a relevant topic and I am very passionate about this. And I've been thinking about making this video for a really long time and I'm finally doing it. So I hope you enjoy. I put a lot of work into this one. So anyway, for those of you who are new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Em and you're watching Makeupry. If this is your first rodeo with me, I hope you like this content and I hope you click that subscribe button and come back and hang out with me again in the future. Turn on your notifications so that you know when I've uploaded a video, and be sure to like this video and leave me a nice comment if you feel so inclined. That helps YouTube know to share my video with the world, and in case you didn't know, I have a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year and I would appreciate your help in doing that. Anyway, let's continue on. So for those of you who do not know, I've been a makeup artist for the last 10 plus years. I've learned a lot and there's still a lot that I continue to learn, and that's the beauty of makeup artistry, is that there is no particular one thing rules at all, except when it comes to hygiene. Hygiene will always be paramount to the makeup artistry world and you can't skimp on hygiene. I have a kitty cat. She's sitting in the window behind the blinds, and if you hear that little kind of clicky shuffly noise, that will be her. Anyway, disclaimer over. Hygiene is one of those things that can evolve, but the foundations remain the same. I mean, wash your hands. Hello. How basic is that? Right? Today's video is about 5 ways to spot a bad makeup artist. Now, this isn't to say that they're not talented. You know, a lot of people are really good at makeup. What separates professionals from enthusiasts are some basic principles, and one of them is in hygiene. I've witnessed self-proclaimed makeup artists, and don't take that as a negative. I am also self-proclaimed. However, I do go to master classes and I do everything I can to further my education. What I mean by self-proclaimed is someone who has a lot of makeup and they go and do their friends' makeup for weddings, or they do random makeup for people for special events without any professional training or any experience or training in general. What really separates the professionals from these hobbyists or enthusiasts is basically these principles. These are the 5 ways that you can tell if you have a good or a bad makeup artist, and these are the top 5 sins, in my opinion, that makeup artists can commit. So without any further ado, let's get into it. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, it's a horrible accent. The first thing is using reusable sponges like the Beauty Blender or any knockoff version of that. Don't get me wrong, sponges can do an amazing job on the skin, making it look airbrushed and melting all the makeup together. However, why I don't use sponges like this between clients, because sponges absorb fluid, they absorb product. And if you're using a sponge on someone's face, you're absorbing their oils, you're absorbing their skin cells, you're absorbing product that was left on their skin, you're absorbing the bacteria, whatever is on their skin, and you're actually letting that sponge soak it up. Unless you're like bleaching this and sterilizing your sponges, then you're really not going to get those germs out. So one thing to note is that you can use these kinds of sponges on clients. However, you can't reuse them between clients. So if you have a beauty blender and you prefer that method, give the client the beauty blender you use on their skin. That way, you're not sharing those nasty germs between clients. Come say hi for the camera. Oh. Hi everyone, so this is Winnie. She's the one making all the ruckus. For those of you who have not seen her before, she does not like to be held. And I just picked her up, so she's not very happy with me. And you're shedding. You're shedding. You got lots of hair everywhere, huh? Yeah. Oh, but you love the scratches. Yes, you love the scratches. Going back to these sponges, if you need to use a sponge on a client, which is absolutely okay, they make disposable sponges for that. Granted, they're not as dense as, say, you know, a beauty blender, but they do the job. You wet them down, you can wrap them around your finger, and you can, you know, you can get into different corners. What I do like about disposable sponges is that they have a very particular shape. Most of them are shaped like this. You can also get them in rounds or whatever, but I like these ones because they have the fine points. You can get it into this inner corner. You can get it in the crevices of the nose and mouth, whatever. And if you need to, you can always bend it and really do a nice job. Now, some of these sponges are not all made the same. Some of them have latex, some of them don't. I prefer the latex free just for hypoallergenic purposes, but these are inexpensive. You throw them away after one use and we're all good. You know, with the price these are, it's not really worth it for you to use this and have to throw it away. You're better off giving it to the client. On the business side, that's not smart business sense because that could be $20 out of your take-home pay. Number 2 is a big one. It's a very big sin to me. Number 2 is double dipping. What I mean by that is taking an eyeshadow palette or any product where you're dipping something like a brush into it and you don't sterilize it in between clients. So for example, let's say I'm taking this white shade with this brush. This is a clean brush, right? And then I apply it to my brow. Ooh, I'm gonna add a little. Ooh, this is very shimmery. Well, and then you see how I'm doing this? You can double dip on one client, that's fine. However, when I'm done, you spritz it with alcohol, you let it air dry. You can go as far as to wipe off that top layer with a tissue. That'll help with some of that alcohol. Sometimes alcohol can break down products, especially creams, so it's always a good idea to wipe them down. But double dipping in between clients is a big no-no. That's how you spread eye germs, that's how you can spread pink eye, that's how you can spread herpes. I know it sounds disgusting, but some people do have that. Herpes virus is really broad. It's what causes cold sores. You know, it's just disgusting. Imagine all the nasty things you could be spreading if you're double dipping into something like this. The same goes with your brushes. You're double dipping between clients using the same brushes without sterilization. Ew. Alright, number 3. This one's also a big one to me. Actually, all of these are pretty big, but this one is more gross than anything. It's using the product applicators on clients. So what I mean by that is, like with mascaras, you have the wand that comes in your mascara, right? Imagine using the same wand on every client and then dipping back into that product and putting it back on someone. I have seen people do this. It is disgusting. Now, in videos where I have applied makeup on people before, you'll see me using a mascara like this. I'll note in those videos, however, I've given the person the mascara I'm using on them. Most of the time I'll do that if I prefer the wand over a disposable one. I'll just give them the mascara. It's no skin off my back to do it in some cases, so no big deal. Especially if it's a mascara they really like and you know, it's something that I know I'm not going to be able to use soon enough, because after 3 months you gotta just, you know, toss it. The same goes with liquid lipsticks or lip glosses or anything that comes with an applicator of sorts. Could you imagine being a customer and they're going into their product and they're taking their wand out and they apply it directly onto your lips using the wand and then they dip back into it? How many times have they done that before? How many times has another person's spit gone into this tube? How do you know there's no mono? How do you know there's no herpes? How do you know there's nothing in here? Unless, of course, they use a disposable wand or a brush. Brushes can be sterilized. Wands with sponge tips or any doe foot applicators like this just can't be sterilized. It is so easy to just instinctively throw it back in there. So one tip I have if you are a makeup artist is just cut it off. Just cut it off. You'll see this in MAC stores, you'll see this in a lot of makeup stores where they just have the applicators completely cut off to discourage people from using the doe foot applicator because they spread germs. It's disgusting. Yeah. I've had mono before. I just imagine getting mono from a reused lip applicator or reused mascara, because these things, okay, mascara wands are pretty gross. I mean, look at this footage here. It is disgusting. You got eyelash clumps in here. This is an older mascara too, by the way. So it's kind of clumpy. You can see how much potential bacteria is just harboring in that brush. So it's always, always, always imperative that your makeup artist uses a disposable wand. There are many kinds. There are kinds with like the plastic, if you need something like that, or there's the barrel, fluffy wands, you name it, they make them. They have pro makeup stores that carry a plethora of types. There's no excuse. They're inexpensive. This whole case cost me $4. $4. There's no excuse. If you do need to use a product that has its own applicator, I recommend having or using some sort of palette to mix foundations or concealers or any cream products on a spatula of sorts. It's really easy, and then you can just blend it in on something that can be sterilized. You can take, let's say, a lip color. You can put the lip color on top and take a little brush and apply the lip color that way. It's clean. It prevents the spread of germs. So that is number 3. Number 4. This one is also a big pet peeve of mine, and it's having really long nails. Okay, I'm not talking about your natural nails. Mine are kind of long right now, but this is manageable. I'm not going to stab someone in the eye with these nails. I'm not going to claw their face by accident. These are easier for me to wash. I can take a nail brush and just get underneath there. I have worn, you know, acrylics, and I've worn dip, and I've worn gel. I've had them all. I've had artificial nails before, and I don't generally have an issue with them, except that the CDC and OSHA recommend that if you are going to be in close proximity, in other words, using your hands with a patient, if you're in the medical field, or if you're like an esthetician or someone who's working closely with someone and their skin, it's best to have your nails cut to no longer than a 1/4 inch and not to have artificial nails. Now, the reason for that is because your fingernails can harbor so much more bacteria than you realize. Artificial nails with acrylics have larger pores than your natural nails. They can absorb more bacteria. They can absorb a nasty amount of gross, disgusting stuff. And it's harder, the longer your nails are, the harder it is to get into where your natural nail grows out, and of course in the barriers where that glue is. It is so difficult. You can use a nail brush, but you're still not going to get it all. There's 2 reasons why having fake nails is kind of frowned upon as a makeup artist. 1, safety. Especially if you're pulling on someone's eye, you're pulling the skin taut, or you're applying false lashes. You have to get something in this inner corner. Maybe you have to even use your finger to apply like a cream product. You know, having really long nails kind of prevents you from being able to do your job effectively, for 1, and 2, it's a safety hazard. I, for one, do not want someone with their long nails anywhere near my eyes. I don't care how careful you are. That is terrifying. You just don't know. Sometimes people get distracted and all of a sudden, ouch. I've had that happen to me before. I've had a makeup artist applying makeup to me once, and she didn't have really long nails, mind you. Her nails were about my length, and she got bumped, and her nail kind of slid under my eyelash here, and it hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. Not fun. So, safety and of course cleanliness. It's gross. You won't find many medical professionals, especially nurses or nursing assistants, anyone of that nature with really long nails that are artificial. If you do see them, then they're probably new to the field, or maybe they're just not someone who works with patients in close proximity to their skin. I'll also have a link below if you want more information about that. The CDC actually has a really cool pamphlet that goes over all the details of why it's important to not only wash your hands but to keep your nails clean. This is obviously geared more towards medical professionals, but if you work anywhere near someone's skin, it's always a good idea to follow the advice that medical professionals have to follow as well. Which brings me to sin number 5, not washing your hands and not sanitizing your hands, especially between clients. I've seen this, and I kid you not, it is If you're on set and you have multiple clients, it can be really hard to, especially in the mad rush of things, you're just rushing. There's no excuse for you not to take the 30 seconds to just throw on some hand sanitizer, let them air dry, get it really good around your nails, and voila. Your hands are at least sterilized enough to touch someone. I don't need to go into all the reasons why washing your hands is important or why hand sanitizer is important, especially given light of our current world situation. I mentioned before that sometimes makeup artists may need to use their fingers to apply product. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with using fingers for cream products and things that need that body heat to get more emollient and to blend into the skin. However, you know, wiping off your hands is fine until you go to work on someone else and you haven't washed your hands and gotten that product off your hands or haven't sanitized. Another thing is, if you need to remove makeup, use a cotton bud with makeup remover. It's not that hard. These are super inexpensive. You can get these little teeny tiny ones. They're inexpensive. You can get regular cotton swabs, Q-tips, mind you, for a couple dollars. And a good makeup artist should have makeup remover in their kit. I kid you not, I have seen someone, a self-proclaimed makeup artist, lick their finger and use it to wipe off makeup to remove a smudge on someone's face. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. Lick, wipe off the makeup. I'm not even kidding. I've seen that. Yeah. Do I need to tell you why that's disgusting? Do I? Would you go to someone and just like, here, in COVID times? No. Would you do that in regular times? You shouldn't. You don't know what bacteria someone has in their mouth. There's a lot. You don't know if someone has cold sores or has a herpes flare-up. You don't know. You just do not know. So there's a couple of ways that you could go about using these cotton swabs. You can take the cotton bud and dip it into makeup remover and get in there. Or if you don't have any makeup remover but you only have wipes, take a little cotton bud, or you can even take the tip of a brush and wrap the makeup wipe around it and use it to get into those corners to get any makeup out of there. That's not hard. It's actually really easy, and you can save the client a lot of gross, germs. Just saying. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I'm sure there's plenty of other things that I've missed in this video, but I wanted to limit it to 5. If you are a pro makeup artist and you have some additional tips you want to share, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to see that feedback, or maybe I'll do a second video with a follow-up to this if you're interested. I definitely have a lot more to say about sins that makeup artists commit as business owners, as professionals, as whatever. So if you're interested in more of these kinds of videos, let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on. Hit the like button. And if you feel so inclined to leave me a nice comment, that would be so much appreciated. I hope you all have a I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Stay electric as always. Mwah. Bye!